And we are live. Welcome to another edition of Watch Talk with the Punters. My name is Blue Shirt. My co-hosts are Tom Burnett and NS Something.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter, everybody. And our special guest is Erick, the Rolex Nerd. Welcome, Erick.
Thank you very
Erick.
much. I'm glad to be in your show. So, yeah, thanks. Thanks for the invite.
You're quite welcome. And just want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat and happy Easter. Wilson, Geezer, good to see you, my friend.
Maynard Joseph, MJT,
Rist Ross,
Paul
M, Orange Hand, good to see you and happy Easter, my friend. B Dev, Abdul, he's got some company coming over, so he's gonna watch in the beginning, and then he said he'll rewatch later. Thank you for that. And Curtis, welcome. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And let's get the show go. ID Guy, we got to give a special shout out to ID Guy. And thank you for the logo. We really appreciate it, my friend. And happy Easter to you.
And a great design on our new Watch Talk with the Punters logo. You can see in the screen there. Thank you, ID Guy.
Yep. All right, NS, why don't you start us off as always with the news?
Sure. Let me start sharing the screen. You should be able to bring it up.
Yep.
Okay, so actually a little bit of news this week. Not too much, but there's still some. I thought I'd start out with the yet another edition of those really cool Mont Blanc chronos with those Minerva movements. This is another split second. You guys may remember we saw a platinum one last year. This one is interesting. It's in lime gold. So a more, kind of like a honey gold, but a little bit more greenish. And of course, the really just superb Minerva movement. So really cool. Amazing. Yeah, split second, column wheel. It's a nice watch. Of course, it's pricey, but really cool watch, I think. So yet another nice edition of those Mont Blanc watches. But again, I think it's 49,000 euros. So not cheap.
No, but an interesting movement.
Yeah, it is, and I do think that it's pretty cool what Mont Blanc is doing, where they're using these movements for their really high end, right? And it's a really cool chronograph movement, and I think they're doing justice to the Minerva name brand, right? So I think it's pretty nice what they're doing. So
I love that lime gold. It's beautiful color. Lovely color.
Yeah, it really is different.
Yeah, and it goes well with the green indices. And I find that as we saw in the previous editions of this particular watch, the dial is very busy, which is not bad, right? Because it has a real nice vintage chronograph vibe. But I find it's a little bit less busy with this color scheme. The green on lime gold, it looks maybe a little bit more dressy, but really nice watch. Again, I have nothing bad to say against it. It's a really cool edition. So
I have to agree, it looks really amazing, especially the movements. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, the movement is really where it is with these watches. And look, I find that it's something. What happened is they were basically gifted the Minerva brand and movement by the Richemont Group, right? Because they were owned by the Richemont Group, and they decided, look, let's just let's have you guys do something with the Minerva brand and the old movements, and instead of like reissuing cheap chronographs with ETA movements or something, they actually did something quite cool. So yep, it's very nice thing that they're doing. Again, they're really doing great justice to that particular movement. So
Just want to welcome on board our other co-host, Neo. Welcome, my friend.
Hello, humanity.
Hi,
Hey,
Neo.
Peter.
Just like to welcome a few of the others in the chat as well. We've got William Rizzo, we've got Mason1, Owl29, we've got EPRFA, and Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. Great to see you. And Howdy from Texas. Howdy, howdy.
Oh, howdy, our longtime friend. Howdy from Texas.
Yeah,
Welcome, my friend.
Rohit R, and yeah, great.
Welcome,
So,
everybody, and
welcome,
happy
everyone.
Easter.
welcome everyone. So the next watch that was introduced this week is the Chopin LUC 8-day jump hour. Very similar to an IWC release of a couple of years ago.
Oh, the Paul Weber.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love this. I love this in the rose gold. I think it looks great with this retrograde minutes.
Yeah, it's really it's nice. Of course, it does have one their higher end movements, which I think is really cool. It's 8 days, very nice finishing. It's really nicely executed, and I think it looks nice. The dial looks nice. They kept their signature hands. The jump hour is fun. It's a nice watch. Of course, like all other Chopin LUC, it's not cheap, but I think the level of finishing and everything does, it's a Chopin, right? Geneva seal, and everything else, but it's still a $44,000 watch. So,
right.
Yeah, this is a great brand to buy, gray market. You get really good discounts. You get a lot of watch for your money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the sweet spot for Chopin is the simpler Chopin LUC, right? The 3-handers. I'd say they're good competitors to the like the Parmigiani Tonda 1950s. You get a lot of dress watch, great finishing, and you pay something like gray market but brand new in the $5,000 to $8,000. So they're pretty good deals.
Definitely a really nice watch. I mean, you can't argue with the finishing, the styling. Jump hour is always cool. I know Bill Sanders is always a big fan of jump hour.
Yeah, this is the one for Bill, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Thomas, that this one is right up Bill's alley.
Yeah, it does add a lot of simplicity to a dress watch, right? Just one hand. It makes the minute track super clear. It's you end up with a really nice watch. Again, they're very underrated, the Chopin LUC. So moving along,
I love it. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. There's been a few reports on the different versions of this particular watch by Genus. It's usually like a snake that's going through, and I think the Watches TV did a video on those. So basically, the concept is that you have this kind of snake, or in this case, a dragon that just goes in a figure 8 on the dial as your minutes and seconds move. And it has a really nice domed sapphire, really really cool watch. So again, this time with a dragon. It's not a new watch, obviously. It's just a different edition of an existing watch, but I thought it was kind of cool. All handmade, so really nice. But 150,000 Swiss francs. So
Right.
but yeah, cool watch. Now moving along, Omega released their Velcro straps for their Speedmaster Moonwatch. So kind of a, I guess it's a hybrid between a what you'd see as a NATO and just like a Velcro strap. So
Right.
thought it was cool. And surprisingly, it's not $500.
It's like $200.
Yeah, well, I mean, $190. It's got Velcro, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
it's yeah, I thought it was.
So it's not the replica of the one the astronauts took up to the moon with that comes with the moon watch. This one is just branded NASA and it's a little nicer and
It's
Mhm.
two-piece.
it's another way to it's 2-piece and it's another way of getting them getting $200. So hey, it's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my AD. I went to my AD and asked them about these. They have to call the boutique. It's been a week. My AD hasn't called me back, so I think I'm just going to call the boutique on Monday and see about ordering these. I read somewhere that they're actually not available until next year, which I don't understand. But
I mean, I'll say this: they look nice, right? You see the black one. I'm not sure if I prefer the black one or the white one, but they look nice. And again, I really would have expected this to be $500. So,
Yes, I agree with you, Anis. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
kind of
wouldn't
like the spaceship one.
put this past Omega to do that. So they sort of kind of did the right thing for a change.
yeah, they did, which is surprising, but
Yes.
And so the next thing I wanted to show is so ridiculous, but I think once in a while, right, just like the travel clock, Hodinkee comes out with something that's so stupidly ridiculous that we have to talk about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I introduce to you the $220 US single watch box.
Okay.
Oh my days.
Awesome.
So I'm not sure why this exists.
No, you get your watch in a box anyway when you buy it, don't you? So
Is that the 1 April Fool's Day joke or something, or is it real?
No, I think this is real.
I have to ask, is it lined with Ben Clymer's sweater material?
No,
I can't.
No, I think it's like just like cheap faux leather
Wow.
material, right? And this brings up a question, right? Usually, and so Thomas, you brought up like what I was gonna bring up. Like this is for one watch, right? Usually people buy a watch box so they can put more than one more than one watch in the watch box.
Correct.
Because your watch comes with a one watch box, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. And usually your watch comes with a really nice, extravagant
Right.
watch box.
But it
and,
doesn't say Hodinkee on it.
Yeah, I
that's
mean that
right.
could be part of it. But
That's probably the point then, Blue Shirt. Yeah.
So I saw this. I thought, we've got to talk about this because this might be it, right? This might be the stupidest Hodinkee product yet. But
I mean, I guess if you're going like away for a weekend and you're going out to dinner and you're going to have your everyday watch on your wrist and you just want to bring like one watch with you, and you just throw this in your luggage, or if you're flying in your carry-on. Maybe, I guess that's what they were thinking, but for that kind of money, wow, I would just use a watch roll.
I just bought 6 of these.
Yeah, wow, that's nice to hear. Yeah, I mean, it's something, right? It exists. It's out there. Just thought everybody should know about it. So, okay, moving on. Cartier.
Wait, are we allowed to comment on the quality of the writing of the recent Hodinkee writers that have appeared?
Sure, you can comment on
Sure.
anything here,
Yeah.
Neo. It's your show, so go for it, man.
It seems like there's a set of people that are kind of talking about watches in terms of accessory as kind of as fashion accessories. They don't really they're talking, and they include watches in the conversation, but they're not really talking about watches.
Right.
So there's a lot more of these articles showing up, and it's it's a lot easier to write those articles, right? Because then you just need a good writer. But the writing actually isn't even as good anymore. Like this latest round of people, the writing is just not that interesting, and it's good. It's not good. I think this is the end of Hodinkee.
Well, I think we sort of we've seen the same thing with their videos, right? Am I the only one that's noticed?
No, you are not. You are not.
Most of their videos where they interview people about their collections they've been garbage for a long time, right? And I at first I thought, okay, it's the pandemic, right? They're doing these Zoom videos, they're kind of cool, but still, it's been real garbage for a while. So, it's so dinky, but I still think that this beats the travel clock. And also just if you look at the specifications, right, it's good for a watch up to 42 millimeter. So
right.
It's not even good at being a watch box.
So if you got a blank palm 50 fathoms, you're out of luck.
Yeah, or many watches out there that are 43 millimeters, or a pilot watch or anything like that. So
I have to agree with you, Orange Hand. It's been steadily declining.
Hello to Geezer.
Yep, hey Geezer.
Forbin Colossus. Welcome, guys. Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter to Forbin and to Junior Johnson as well.
And Junior Johnson, thank you for joining us, and happy Easter, my friend.
So this will conclude our Hodinkee ad. And now let's talk about Cartier that came out with a Ballon Bleu automatic 40 millimeters with their in-house movement. So that in-house movement, that in-house movement that they've been slowly releasing right throughout their range. I think it's a nice size. Kind of feels like a nice update to that model, and it's supposedly as a quick release system for the bracelet. It must be similar to that. They had a watch recently with that quick release system.
Yes.
Right? So it's an interesting model, and the thing about Cartier that always kind of surprises me is that their pricing is not crazy either.
Correct.
In steel on the strap, so no bracelet, it starts at $6,200 US. Of course, gold and everything goes all the way to $31,000 US, but I think it's not a bad watch. So.
Yep. Welcome, Megan Arthur. Thank you for joining us. And also to Brent, thank you, Owl29. Happy Easter to all. Thank you for joining us. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Tim Queenan and Dodger, happy Easter to you as well, my friend.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and this is a watch that really is classic and never really goes out of style, and anybody can wear one of these. And with an in-house movement, I think Cartier is doing the right thing and not also not charging $50,000 for it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was intrigued by this when it first came out, the Ballon Bleu. I mean, when it was first reissued, the crown guard aspect of it, I quite like that. I really quite like that, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought it more, didn't really see it as a men's watch. I saw it more of as a ladies' watch. I don't know why.
But
Whether
I
that's-
think it
whether-
can go. I think it can do double duty, Thomas.
I think it can. I think I can definitely, yeah. But I don't know whether I associated Cartier as being more of as a ladies' option.
Mhm.
I don't know whether I associated it with that, but that's what swung my mind. But I really like this design. I really do like the design of it. The Ballon Bleu. I think it's a lovely looking watch.
Mhm.
Are you guys aware of any other case that incorporates a crown guard like this? I mean,
No.
Panerai would probably come
Yeah,
close.
Panerai is the only one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say Panerai. I think there's somebody else that does this.
Yeah, also a micro brand does that, but I not know the name of the micro brand. But it's a quite new one actually.
Yeah, it's also similar to a Ploprof, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm sure somebody else does this. But yeah, no, it's well done. And look, even if this is probably going to be more popular with women, at least it is following the trend, right? That even women's watches are getting a little bit bigger. And Geezer says U-boat, but I don't think we talk about
No,
U-boat.
U-boat doesn't do that.
The
No,
less
you-
said about U-boat, the better.
Yeah,
Give them a
U-boat has that gigantic like grenade thing, right?
Mhm.
But yeah. So the next watch, continuing the green is the new blue and red is the new green theme. The Dibitun Titan Hawk in green.
Wow,
Mm,
So
lovely.
it
this
is
one's kind of nice. Yep.
really nice, and it's not, it's not like what is it, the DB25, with the huge Star Trek communicator
Yep.
bridge on the front. This one's a little more dialed back. I know when we were talking about Debatoon the other week, that I mentioned this, but I just want to mention again. If you guys ever get a chance to put one of those on your wrist, these watches feel like nothing else.
Yep.
How the whole the lugs are on hinges and the curves to your wrist, super lightweight, and it just feels like nothing else. I'm sorry, go ahead, NS.
No, I was just agreeing with you. And what I like about this one, I find that the contrast is amazing. I know people joke about contrast and everything else, but I find that this color scheme just works for some reason.
It looks good.
It does.
I agree.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
really, really nice. Yep, and the movement looks nice, and yeah, it's a really cool watch. It's also cheaper than your average Dibitun, right? The DB27 is a little bit cheaper. I know it's 37,000 Swiss francs, but it's not, in the 60s.
Right.
And it's surprisingly it's a 43 millimeter case, right? And it's 9 millimeters thick. So this is a really thin
That's
watch.
a proper dress watch, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a watch that will wear very well, and you see it, right? I mean, it's pretty nice. And the cool thing about Debichin is that you always have to remember is that they have different length of the floating lugs, right? So if for some reason you need longer or shorter to fit your wrist, you can always get them swapped out. So.
Hardy and Forbin Colossus are both talking about the 12 o'clock crown. What's your opinion on that, NS? What do you think to 12 o'clock crowns?
I personally like weird crown placements, right? Whether it's like a 4 or 5 o'clock crown or 12 or even 6, right? On some, like some Jaune have the 12 o'clock crown as well. I like it. You know, it's a little bit it reminds me a little bit of a pocket watch. But also you have to remember that with the floating lug design, right, it just wouldn't make sense to have the crown on the sides. So to me, it's even nicer when it's not just about style, it's about functionality. So I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think it really is, like you say, it's part of the sort of the way it's been designed. So the moving lugs, they need to be attached by where the crown would fit, don't they? So
and the thing is sorry, even if you would design right a central shaft there where the floating lugs attach, you'd end up with a crown that would be really, really outside. It wouldn't look nice.
Stick out a lot more, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I think this is a really nice way of implementing it personally. But
Agreed.
yeah, to each their own, right?
Right. They're not nothing's going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. And from one super watch to another. So this one's more for Neo, I guess. I'm a big fan of these, I think. So the new Orwork, the UR100, the new one that is a little bit more wearable size-wise and thickness-wise. Now they have an all blue version, which looks just stunning, I find.
And a crown at 12 o'clock.
Yep, another crown at 12.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and these are fairly affordable.
That looks amazing.
They are. I didn't know, Neo.
They're like 45,000, I think.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, compared to the other watches.
No, I know. Oh, look, this is another really cool watch and a cool, really beautiful implementation of a cool watch. It's a nice watch. I can't say anything more than that. It's really cool. Yeah, and it's got, the really nice turbine thing on the back.
It looks gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, beautiful.
Yep. No, I think it's a really new, cool color for this watch. So.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of her work since Neo brought them to my attention. Yeah.
Does this get the Neo seal of approval?
Oh yeah. I love this, especially since I think like, wow, I could actually sell all my watches and buy this, and I'd be, net zero in watches.
Yeah, it makes you think, right? It's weird that you bring that up because I was actually thinking about that this morning for some reason. I was on Chrono 24 looking at MB&F watches, and I was thinking the same thing, right? Like,
do I cash everything in and go all in on one piece?
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So let's say you go all in on an MB&F, right? You're going to probably end up with a watch that you don't want to wear every day, right? Because it's fragile, it's expensive. But this watch, like, I would wear every day. Like, this is cool. So
yeah, do you get this or something like an MB&F and then just have a G-Shock just for when you're going to do the gardening or something like that? Or do you have a broader collection? That's an interesting thing to think about.
Well, I mean, I have to make these decisions because I can't afford to have all these watches that I actually. Not everyone has this problem.
Yeah, I personally don't want to think about it too much because then I might actually do it, and I like my watches. So,
Right, me too.
Yeah.
Like I have thought about selling a lot of watches to get a Moser Vanta Black, for example.
Yeah.
And those are like 27, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, $27,000 for like the darkest gray we've ever been able to print. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's that's a good one. So the next watch, we've got two left. So I really wanted to talk about this one, even though it's not a really brand new model.
Gorgeous salmon dial.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I love Moritz Grossman, and they've always had a small seconds, right? And now they've updated their line with a center seconds, and they have two editions. One with their amazingly blued hands, just so thin and perfectly polished, and same for the indices, really amazing blued indices, and one with luminescent hands and indices, so very nice, and again center seconds. And what's cool is that for center seconds, they've updated their movement. And the way that they've done it, again, amazing dial. Let me see if I can get a better view of the movement. So it's very similar to their traditional movement, except that they've exposed part of the gear train for the center seconds, right? So you see it at the center. So you have your big gear here on the left of your screen that turns the center seconds. So I thought it's a really, really cool thing to have exposed the part of your gear train that moves your center seconds, since this is what's different about this movement, right? The center seconds. So and the symmetry with the barrel and the winding gear, I thought is really cool. So, yep, interesting release of a center seconds. So
beautiful watch. I love Morris Grossman. I love their hands that they do. The Morris Grossman hands are really nice. Sort of small leafed hands, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I again, anybody who hasn't experienced them, go check them out if you can. I was lucky enough again at Watch Time to be able to try on a bunch of them and speak to the CEO of Maurice Grossman. Fascinating lady, great company, and really interesting and beautiful watches.
Mm-hmm. And what I really like about Moritz Grossman is that their last, I'd say, 3 big releases have been centered around something that's purely about horology, right? It's not a new gimmick or something. They had their kind of like bumper automatic that they called Hamatic, right? That was great. They had the Cornerstone, which was their rectangular watch, where the big thing about that watch was the new movement that was built specifically for this. And now you have this major release, which is all about having a center seconds. I find that really cool that it's, all about horology. So interesting. And the final news piece is something that I think has been divisive and will probably be divisive here as well. I thought it's such a fun release that I thought we had to talk about it. Plus, I'm a big Moser fan. But H. Moser did a collaboration with Seconde, which is this... I thought I'd bring them up first, which is this really weird company that they basically do playful hand swaps, I guess, on vintage watches.
Interesting.
So here you see like the little Millennium Falcon, like a little Minecraft like sword on an Oyster Perpetual, a little cloud for the seconds hand, right? For a
Wow.
Rolex Air King.
Mhm.
So that's basically what they do. And I really like there's where is it? They have a message about it's somewhere on their website where he says, you know, I'm from Paris and I'm really full of myself, right? So, you know, so I thought that's cool. So, what Moser did is they took one of their Endeavor concepts. So, if you're not too familiar with Moser, their concept models are usually they're standard models, but without any indices or any branding or anything, right? It's all about just showing the dial. So you might have seen they have the Endeavor concept, they have some Tourbillon concept, they have different ones, and so this one, the whole marketing thing leading up to it on Instagram was erasers, right? And how Moser has been on their concept models, removing everything that's not necessary, like the indices, the branding, the Swiss made. So what they did with Second is they shipped it with a pixelated eraser that replaces the hour hand. But what's really cool is that when you buy this watch, and it's limited to 20,
Right.
the original hand comes in this like plastic cylinder. So you can get this watch and just have the normal hand put on, and then it's just a normal Endeavor, except that on the back it says limited to 20. So if you don't like the eraser, you don't need to have it. But yeah, limited to 20 pieces. I think it's a fun concept. Again, not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to get it, but they only have to sell 20, right? So
And again, Moser is, and what I mean, I like and love a lot of their watches. Not everything, but a lot. But they have a sense of humor, especially about themselves. And in this hobby and in this industry, that's truly a refreshing concept.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I think it's very good of them to provide you with the original hour hand as well,
Correct.
so that you can swap it out. And if you don't fancy the eraser look once in a while, you can swap it out. It's very considerate of them.
yeah,
For the money you're paying, I'm sure it's not too much for them to not too much trouble for them to go to.
As soon as I saw this, my first thought was that it's the pill from Akira, the anime.
Yeah,
I can't unsee that pill. Like I can't even see the eraser anymore. I just think of it as the pill.
And the other cool thing about this watch is that, you know, usually these Moser watches, the Endeavors, are usually gold, right? It's not that steel is rare in Moser, right? You can get the Pioneers are usually in steel. You can get them in precious metals, but most of them are in steel. And obviously the Streamliners are steel, and their Heritage, right? The Tourbillon or the normal Heritage are steel. But these models, the Endeavors, are usually precious metals. And this one happens to be steel. So if you want one of these models, but in a more manageable metal, that's another cool thing about this one. So, and it's their automatic, their standard HMC 200 automatic movement. So, yep.
And what's the price on this one?
They say 19,900 Swiss francs, which you know it's $19,000. I think it's not bad, right?
No, not bad for limited to 20 pieces. That's not ridiculous.
Yep. I mean, you know, Paddock would put a stamp dial on this and sell it for 45. So
correct.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no. Look, all jokes aside, I think it's not for everyone, but it's cool, right? It's out there. So
You liking this, Neo?
I do like it. I'm not so sure. Like if they had the same exact watch for something that's not an eraser, I may like it more. But I love it's just maybe the fact that it's the eraser. Then I'd have to explain to people like, well, it's an eraser because they're removing. Like I don't. That might be too much of a story to have to tell people. But
Good point.
I really think that if I got this watch, I would wear it with the eraser at first, right? And then,
Yeah.
given that it's a steel watch, this like for me, this is a steel dress watch, right? It's like the perfect watch for me. I would probably get the normal hand put on, and I'd keep the eraser either in the case that comes for it, or I'd frame it or something, right, and have it like that. But yeah, I think I like this model too much to maybe leave the eraser in.
You can make a picture of it like there is in the background of that photo there.
Yep.
So,
I think you get a photo like that, don't you, when you buy this watch?
I'm not sure. But you could always do it, right? Look, it's a really cool, playful watch, but I do agree with you guys that it's fun that they give you the normal hand. I assume unless you have a huge collection and you already have some of these, I assume a lot of people may just swap it out. But yeah, it's interesting. So,
Very much so. Very much so.
very much so. Yeah, lovely.
yeah. I know I'm a huge Moser fan, and so I'm biased. So take what I say with a huge grain of salt. But I think it's really cool that some of these brands like Moser, MB&F, and other companies like that are doing some really cool, fun collaborations, right? And not just making the same old watch over and over again, right? We joke about some brands that just come out with new paint colors every year, and when you think about it, right, this is what this is, right? It's just a different hour hand,
Right.
but it's such a cool thing to do, right? So
Does Moser hold any interest to you, Eric?
Actually, it does. I like the design. I like the funny watches they make. Yeah, I like them. It's a guilty pleasure watch. That's what it is. But I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
very nice.
So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And yep, so that was the news.
Well, we thank you as always, Ennis. That was really, really interesting and a lot of fun. All right, so let's move on to our special guest, Eric. Again, welcome.
Hello, my
special
friends.
guest.
How
Our
are you
guest
today?
Eric, welcome Eric. We thought with the Rolex releases coming up this week, and we'd have a little Rolex extravaganza. So we brought on a bit of a Rolex collector, which is Erick The Rolex Nerd.
Yep,
And
that's me.
you've been collecting for about 20 years now, you say, Eric, and
Yeah, a little bit longer, but yeah.
you say that Rolex is your biggest passion, love, and also your fetish.
Yes.
And so how did you catch the watch bug then?
Yeah, I have to blame my dad, actually. He is the guilty one that made me addicted to watches. Yeah. Because my dad gave me
why was that?
Why is that? When I turned 18, my dad gave me a psycho watch, ugly watch as hell, but okay. But the story behind that watch is something really cool, because he got the same watch from his dad when he turned 18. So that watch is a really old, ugly watch. But because the story, I really like it. And I was wondering, is there more watches with an amazing story behind that watch? So I was looking, and I saw many watches and many lovely stories about watches. So yeah, that turned me into the watch game.
Lovely. So you have a passion for Rolex. Do you collect any other watch brands apart from Rolex, or are you loyal to them? And
I'm really loyal to them, but sometimes I have to cheat, and then I go to AP or Patek or IWC or Omega or another nice brand. I'm also love, by the way, micro brands. I really like them too. I not collect them, but I like them.
so you got a few of the watches in the box hiding
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd focus on your Rolex collection today. And do you remember your first watch as a child? You say your father got you the
Oh,
watch
actually,
that
I
you
have
talked
my
about.
first watch as a child here. Wait,
You
it's,
can show us that.
that is not exactly the same watch, but it is also what is it? A Casio. I had a Casio as a child, and it has a remote control thing on it, so you can change the TV channels, and that was really fun to do.
Brilliant.
So I was playing with it like a child, and yeah, Casio was as a child and watch what I got, or yeah, I got it, yeah, and not only Casio, also it's called Flick Flack. I don't know if you know that brand. It's
Yeah, the Swatch.
yeah, exactly. That's also a fun thing. It's ugly as hell, but I like that. I have still one of them. And oh yeah, by the way, this was the watch that my dad gave me. Where is it? Where's my lens? Actually, oh, it's there.
Oh yeah, lovely.
It's really ugly, but I personally don't like Psycho. I don't like it, but because of the story, I kept it in my.
Yeah, you got to
one of my
keep it if
boxes.
your dad gave you it, haven't you?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
you've come a long way since then, and we've got some pictures we can bring up, and you got into Rolex, and your
Yeah.
first Rolex, the first Rolex you bought was this Submariner.
Yeah.
The start of your collection. Tell us
Yeah.
about this watch.
Yeah, that's a really cool story behind it, because I was walking by. I was in a street, and I saw a Rolex vintage looking like store. It was not a Rolex 8D or something like that, but the store sell Rolex things and also other brands. And I saw that one, and I fell in love just in a second. I knew, okay, this is gonna be my first Rolex. I need that watch, you know. So I went into the store and I said, that watch is a 5512, right? He was looking, and he said, yeah. How do you know that? Because you look really young. I said, well, I like Rolexes and this and that and blah blah blah, and I like to know about the story behind the watch. Who was it? What guy is it that worn that watch? And he told me that it was worn by a diver, professional diver. So because of that story, and because I like Rolexes, I had to buy it. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Lovely, beautiful watch.
Yeah,
It's stunning. It's a stunning example.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah. So have you got many of the other Submariners in your collection? Any of the like Comexes? Did you get into any of them, or the other Rolex Submariners?
Yeah, I have Comex too. But you know what? I buy watches because I like it. Actually, I buy watches because the story behind the watch. That's what I do. I don't give a shit about why Rolex do things that they do. But yeah, I buy watches because it's fun. The story behind is fun. That's why I buy watches.
Great, yeah, and the Skeezer says it's got a nice and creamy dial. That'll need the patina. It's gorgeous.
Does indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still my favorite actually one, and it's never been serviced. Never. It's totally
Really?
Wow. Yeah. And I keep that way
Beautiful.
because I don't like to service my watches. You know, the fun part is when I service my watches, I only do it with the new ones. I don't care about the new ones, but my vintage one, it has to stay totally original. No service, nothing, just original.
I was going to ask you, do you have a particular watchmaker who services all of your watches, or do you send them to a Rolex service center?
No, yeah, the new ones I send to the Rolex service center. I don't mind about that, but if there's something with my vintage watches, yeah, I have a really good friend that does the thing for me. Just only for repairing
great.
if something is broke or something like that.
Yeah, I would assume when you have an intense and vast vintage collection, you need to have a really good watchmaker available
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, the fun part is that guy is around 70 now, and he's 50 years in watchmaking
Mhm.
game, and he is an old-fashioned guy when it is about watches. So he understands what I want. If I say, okay, just only repair things, but keep it
Mhm.
original as possible, then he knows what I mean. So that's really nice. He's an old guy, he's ugly, and he's a nerd, but I like him.
Well, nerds and nerds get on with each other, don't they? So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a nerd too, so that's yeah.
yeah, that's the best thing. So let's move on.
Angie's a fan.
Yeah, let's have a look at some more pictures, Blue Shirt.
Sure.
Wow,
Punters,
Eric.
the collection one.
Wow.
that has a crazy story behind it. Actually, I lost a bet with one of my friends, and I had to buy this ugly one. So
This is amazing. Is this
No, it's not amazing.
is this after is it aftermarket? Is this
no,
aftermarket
it's
diamonds
no,
or
it's
is it
factory set. I never buy aftermarket Rolexes or other brands. If I buy a watch, it has to be a diamond set in the correct way. So factory set in this case by Rolex.
so this is factory set by Rolex. This is stunning. It's amazing. Absolutely
Actually,
amazing.
it's one of my ugliest watches in my collection. To be honest, I do not wear it often. Let's say that only when I go to a really wrong party, if you know what I mean, then I'll wear it.
So
if not-
is this a Submariner or an Oyster Perpetual?
no,
Or
it is
Datejust?
a Pearl
It's a
Master.
Datejust.
You can't tell.
I can't tell. It's a Pearl Master.
It's a Pearl Master. It's a Pearl Master.
Wow.
So,
I can't tell. I'm just being dazzled by so many diamonds.
really
Eric.
ugly. Okay, next.
Is definitely a bling master, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's it's in guilty pleasure watch. That's what it is, and I'm not wearing
It says
it.
Datejust on it, doesn't it? It says Datejust. So
Yeah.
yeah, wow, stunning, Eric.
All right, and we'll move on to the next.
Oh yeah, that one. That's a nice one. I like to wear it often. I wear it often. I beat the heck out of them. So yeah.
So is this a gold Submariner?
This is gold. Yeah. This is a gold.
Right.
The golden sub.
Wow.
That has no story behind. Sorry, it's disappointing, but this has no crazy story. I just bought it because I like it.
Hey, and
like
that's
the
what this hobby is all about. You buy stuff that you like, that makes you smile, and you wear them.
Yeah,
To me,
absolutely.
watches aren't meant to be sitting in a box or a safe.
Trust me, I don't. You know it, but I don't babysit my watches at all. Never. You know, watches are two things to use, so I use them. And yeah, okay. If I get a scratch, okay, it hurts. The first scratch hurts always, but the second scratch,
Right.
I love about it. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's really how you should be buying watches. You know, you like it, you want to buy it, fall in love with it. You buy it. It's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, stunning. So you don't do you wear this often then? This one, Eric?
Yeah, especially in the summer. It's a really summery watch, in my opinion. I like to wear it in the summer.
When you get a nice tan.
Exactly.
Yeah, lovely. Wow.
Yeah,
Stunning
it's
watch.
stunning. Absolutely. All right, moving on.
Oh yeah. That one.
Oh, this is a classic. So this is the one we're celebrating the anniversary of.
Correct. Very
Exactly.
appropriate.
Yep.
Yeah, very appropriate. The Explorer 2. Do you
Yep.
know do you know what year this is from?
Yeah, it's from 1985.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in beautiful condition.
It is. Actually, the previous owner was a really crazy guy. I don't know, crazy in the way that he didn't like his watch. So I said, okay, I don't mind what you not like. I buy it. You know, that's yeah. I really don't get it why people don't like it, but yeah, I like it, so I bought it.
Yeah, it's stunning, and I agree with Matt there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Me too, Matt. Absolutely. The
But
patina
this is
on
also
that
a
is
really
just,
nice one. I don't know if you can see it.
The
Where?
patina on it is just stunning, Eric. It's just
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's aged very, very well, and the bezel is in great condition for that age.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that looks
Actually,
like a
the
brand
bezel
new
is a little
bezel.
bit polished, to be honest. Just a little bit.
Mhm.
Just a little bit.
It looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
The dial is still in good shape. The patina of the loom in the markers and the GMT hand, it's all just. I mean, you couldn't. As Megan is saying, it's pumpkin. It's like the perfect white and orange combination. Just very,
Yeah.
very cool.
It's not one of those watches where it's completely destroyed. The dial is finished. It's got
Mhm.
damage everywhere, and everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, nice patina," to be polite. Right?
Right.
Yeah,
This one
true.
is really, really nice.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this one? Do you take this one on the wrist?
Yeah.
More than occasionally.
Yeah, I wear them often. I mean, yeah, like I said, watches are tool things. You can use them, you can wear them. So that's what I do with my watches. Strangely enough, of course, because nobody likes to wear lovely pieces like this on their wrist because they are, yeah, afraid that gets scratches or something like that. I don't mind. It's a tool, so you wear it. You better wear it and enjoy it. That's how I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, how often do you change your watch, Eric? Do you change more than once a day, or do you have a
Actually,
strict?
I do.
Do you have a
Yeah.
strict rotation policy where you wear once a week,
Actually,
your
I
watch
have. Yeah,
once
in
a
the
week, or
morning.
once a month?
Now, in the morning, I'll wear mostly of the time an Explore on Datejust or a Date. In the a few hours later, then I'll wear a tool watch like a Sub or a GMT or something like that. And in the afternoon, mostly of the time, my Daytona or a Jackmaster or something like that.
Wow,
Okay.
beautiful.
Well, you know what, Eric, you're not alone because there are many of us that do that. Have a morning watch, an afternoon watch, and then an evening watch.
Yeah. I've also a night watch.
And a night. Well, there you go.
Yeah, because if I not wear a Rolex on my wrist, it feels so naked. So sounds silly. but it's-
What is the trigger for changing a watch 4 times a day? Like you're like, oh my god, like it's
Because I like
12:37. I haven't changed the watch yet, or is it like okay, it's
because I
lunchtime?
miss the other watches. That's why I guess.
You miss them, okay?
Yeah, I miss them, and I think, oh, I miss that lovely one. So I grab that one, and I first I give them always a kiss, like I always do, and then
They
I
are
wear it.
they are children, aren't they, Eric?
Actually, no, I not kiss my children.
No, they are babies. They are babies, sir. These little watches.
I not kiss my babies either. I just only do this. Wait, can I see you? This is what I always do.
No, we don't want to
I'm
see.
crazy. No. But
So, should we
Let's
skip on to the
move
next
along.
picture? Yeah. Wow, look at this.
Oh,
We've
what
got
a
a,
collection!
yeah,
we've got a Meteorite GMT. We got a 2-tone Submariner, and we've got a Batgirl. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a trifecta there. 3 of my favorite watches right there. That Meteorite dial Pepsi is just, to me, is just one of the end all be all watches.
actually,
I
when I
love
wear
that
this,
watch.
when I wear that watch, I get so many responses on there. It's really annoying sometimes. So sometimes I have to hide it because everyone's asking, "What's that? What's that?" That's sometimes really annoying. Yeah.
It stands out from the crowd. Did
Exactly,
it stand out from a quite distance then?
Yeah, apparently. But the other watches, everyone knows what it is, so they don't ask. But if they wear the other one, yeah, they do.
Just three really, really beautiful watches. So you have the Batgirl. Do you have a Batman as well, or
Yes,
was
I
it
have.
just one or the other?
No, I have also the Batman.
Which do you prefer?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I love the Batgirl a little bit better because it fits nicer on the wrist because of the Jubilee. But the Batman looks better because
Mhm.
yeah, Jubilee on an GMT, it looks weird in my opinion, but it feels so good on your wrist. Seriously, it's
Right.
really nice.
Now,
So
now that leads.
I prefer the Oyster bracelet.
Okay, that was
because
going to be my next question. Being that
Yeah.
that you are a Rolex guy and a big time Rolex collector, you prefer Oyster to Jubilee?
It depends my mood, like I said. For two watches, Oyster, and for dressy casual watches, like Datejust, then you have to wear it with a Jubilee.
Okay, and what about on a date with a presidential bracelet?
Day
Do you like
presidential
that?
looks always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Does that? Do you feel that's better than a Jubilee or?
No, absolutely not. It looks better maybe sometimes,
Mhm.
especially okay. By the day it looks amazing. Let's face the fact, but it feels not the same as a Jubilee bracelet. It feels a little bit stiffer. I
Mhm.
like the Jubilee. It's jiggling. The sound is nice. It feelings on it. It feels really great on your wrist in Jubilee. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. That's
Beautiful.
a great grouping. Three great watches and a great picture of them.
It's
So
a gorgeous picture, that, isn't it? Yeah, stunning.
all right. So we'll move
Great-
off of this
great
beautiful
picture,
trio.
Eric. Yeah. What have we got next?
Oh yeah,
we've
my
got-
soda light. That's a good story behind. Really nice story it has. I bought it from an a-hole guy. I say it nicely. The guy was not that nice, but I like his watch, so I bought it. Yeah,
So this is a 30 dial Datejust. Not
it's a
Datejust.
soda light. Yeah.
It's a 30 dial Datejust, yeah. So
Yeah,
the-
and
what's,
just-
what's a dial again then, Eric?
It's a soda light dial.
Soda light.
Yes.
Right.
It's quite rare actually because you don't see that often, and every dial is unique, really
Yep.
unique. You have no two the same dial, so that's made this watch really amazing. It's a lovely piece. It's sexy. It's hot, especially when you wear it, for example, in the sun. You see all the small little sexy details inside the dial, and that's so amazing. I can look hours when I wear it on my wrist. Seriously. Then I hope I have not to do really seriously things because I'm just only looking to my lovely piece.
And just as I was putting up there before, another fantastic collection is coming up on May 2nd, guys. Rick from Rick on Watches,
Yeah.
he's going to be presenting his entire collection to us. And that's the first time ever on YouTube. So be
Yeah.
sure to tune in May 2nd.
I
One
will definitely
stunning
do that.
collection that will be, yeah.
Yep. And on that note, I'm sorry, guys. I hate to do this. I know.
No worries.
But
Happy
yeah.
Easter, my friend.
Yeah,
Happy
I do have
Easter
some
and something.
prior commitments. So happy Easter, everyone. And I will catch the replay. And just want to say, Eric, fantastic collection. So I'll definitely watch the replay later. So
All right, sounds good.
take
for
care,
me.
everyone. Okay.
Take care,
Just a
my
little
friend.
part
Happy
of my
Easter.
collection, what I'm showing you guys. Just a little part. It's not my whole collection because then we have not enough time. Trust me. Just a little part. Just
So
only
let's move on. On that note, we'll move on to the next watch. What's
I
the
think
next
that the
watch?
most impressive thing about your collection is you have very good taste in these individual pieces that you're picking.
Oh yeah, that one.
Agreed.
Yeah. Thanks.
And
so
this
much,
this one's a classic, Eric. This no date sub you've got here. This is a classic, isn't it? This has to be.
It's not a classic actually. It's from 2012, to be honest. So it's not a really classic one, but yeah, the sub is always good. You can
Yeah.
wear it. in
Yeah,
every
the
time.
no date sub has to be one of the ultimate Rolexes, I think.
Actually,
out there.
like everyone know, the sub original is made without a date. You know, so that's the original way how Rolex ever made a sub. Later,
Yeah, absolutely.
later they came up with the stupidest idea on earth to make a sub with a date. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really, really nice example of an
Mhm.
excellent watch. Okay, so moving along. We've got a date.
Yeah,
Beautiful turquoise dial.
One of my favorite dates. So yeah, it's the blue color. It's a really nice one. It's platinum date. It's really heavy on the
gorgeous.
wrist, by the way. It's really heavy.
Ooh.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of trying a platinum date on, and yeah, you can tell the difference, man.
It's really heavy, but I like it. I like to feel the heaviness of this one, and it's really you cannot wear it in every kind of situation. I mean, if you wear a green jacket or something like that, that doesn't look good. But if you wear something blue, yeah.
The dial looks stunning, Eric. It really does. That turquoise dial with the platinum, it really looks like something else. It's just amazing. It reminds me of the platinum Daytona. It just really
Yeah.
does.
Oh, I have
gorgeous.
that too, by the way. Did I send you that picture too? I don't know.
No, doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a gorgeous dial.
It is indeed, and this watch is the ultimate definition of stealth wealth, because to everybody else, unless you're a Rolex fan or a big watch collector, you're not going to. You may recognize it as a Rolex, but to everybody else it looks like a steel watch. But by the heft of it, that it's platinum, and it's an outstanding watch.
I know. Thanks for the compliment. Somebody said it's an amazing collection. Thanks, my friend. Thanks. I really appreciate the comments in the chat.
Yeah, amazing what we've seen so far, and there's more to come. So,
all right.
Just to remind you all, I sent just some 32 pictures or something like that. It's not my whole collection. It's really a small part of my collection. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, God bless, and a beautiful Rolex date.
Yep. Actually,
Lovely.
It was not beautiful at all in the first beginning, because it was looking dirty. It wasn't gross watch actually, so I had to clean it up. And afterwards, it was really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a two-tone oyster perpetual date, isn't it?
What do you say?
It's a two-tone oyster perpetual date, that, isn't it? With the two-tone bracelet.
Yep.
What do you think to two-tone? How do you like two-tone and gold watches, then, Eric?
Actually, I really loved it. Seriously, I like it because it gives the watch a really good-looking face.
Yeah.
If you buy a totally golden watch or a steel watch or whatever, it looks also cool. But in two-tone, it has a really big place in my heart. Seriously, I love two-tones.
Really nice.
Rick is asking if you have an Instagram handle, Eric.
Yes, I have Instagram. Yeah, but we can talk later afterwards.
All right, if you want to post it,
Post in the comments later. Yeah,
I will do that later. If you don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And you got.
Thanks, Jazz. Thanks. Appreciate your comments.
Yep. And that the first one was Howdy from Texas. He's the one who was complimenting you on your collection.
Thanks again.
Yep. So then moving on
from this two-tone oyster perpetual date, we go to a two-tone that Blue Shirt Buddha's got, which is the Bluesy.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yep. I love this watch. I'm wearing it now, and everybody who watches this channel knows my long-standing love affair with this watch, and I wear it pretty much every day. And
I wear it also really often, and I use that watch really often too. Sorry, that's an inside joke. I have to tell you that. It's a funny joke, by the way. Last I dropped a movie, and I was filming a funny movie. Sometimes I do crazy things. So what I did, I was did the watch inside the cup of coffee, and afterwards I sent it to my friend, so it went viral on Instagram and things like that. So everybody was shouting, "You can't do that with your watch, blah blah blah." And I was, of course I can do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your watch. It's my own watch, So it was really fun, actually. So that's why I made a picture of this, because some people recognize it and some people don't. So
Yeah. I mean, this is I can't. I'm going to bore everybody because I can't keep singing the praises of this watch. But it's just it's stunning. It goes in all situations and just
Even
so,
under a suit, it fits perfectly. And I don't say that normally about subs or GMTs or older tool watches, but in this case, when you wear it under your suit, seriously, correct move and work. And I love it.
Yeah. I mean, B-Dev, one piece is nicer than the next, so I hear you.
He is totally right what he is saying. Many ADs are really jealous on my collection. They are actually, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame them. All right, so we'll as much as I hate to leave the bluesy, we'll move on to the next one.
Oh yeah,
and there's the cover shot. So you got to tell us about these Daytonas.
These are amazing. I think we've got what we got here. We've got a steel bezel Paul Newman. We've got is that one with an aluminium bezel on it?
Yeah.
Paul Newman, and then we've got Zenith Daytona.
Yep. Oh yeah, and here is the new one, the ceramic bezel.
And you got a ceramic bezel Daytona as well. Yeah.
Of course.
So you got all Daytonas. You've even got a pre-Daytona as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've also a few pre-Daytonas. Yes, I have pre-Daytonas. I have Paul Newmans. I have every kind of Daytona you can imagine. I have it in my collection. Yeah.
Yeah. You absolutely love
all
your Daytona.
Included, I not want to show.
Included my John Blaze. The audience seem to like this one. So tell us about the Daytona, Eric. Tell us about your. You have a love for Daytonas and commented on how you hated the Compact's layout when we looked at a Type 20 last week. And what is it about the Daytona that you love?
Actually, I love all my Daytonas. Seriously, they are really my babies. Seriously.
What is it about the Daytona that draws you to it, though? Why do you love it so much?
Can I say it? They're fucking.
They're losing you. No. Talk.
They're freaking amazing. They're beautiful. I got you.
You there, Eric?
Huh? Hello?
Are you there?
Yep. We got you back.
So what is it about the Daytona that? What is it about the Daytona
like
that draws you to it?
So sexy. They are sweet. They are nice. They are hot as hell. Seriously, they're really nice. I like them. I like them a lot. Yeah. My heart is racing like, if I see or wear a Daytona, it's really nice. It gives me a really good feeling. Seriously, I love them. Even more than my 5512. Seriously, even more than that.
Wow. I just want to welcome our friend Flippin' Zippo. He's in the chat. Happy Easter, my friend.
Happy Easter, Flippin'. Good to see you.
So that's why I always kiss my Daytona. Like you see.
Yeah, you love them, don't you? These are stunning, though. These Paul Newmans. Tell us about the difference between the one on the left and the one in the middle. Why is that? Are they different?
It costs differently, yeah. They're
They've got different bezels, haven't they? One's got black bezel, one's got steel bezel.
Yeah, the left one was harder to get than the middle one, surprisingly enough, because normally is it otherwise. Yeah, what can I tell? I just bought him, and by the same guy. Thank fucking God, I was really happy that the guy had two of them. So I said, okay, I want two, and he said, oh, do you want also that older one? I said, okay, why not? So yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
How do you even find these deals? How do you find these guys?
Oh,
I don't know any guys like this.
I'm really happy that the guy find me.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask Eric, where do you source your watches from? Do you buy off used dealers, from auctions, or from people on forums, or
everywhere.
eBay?
Everywhere.
Yeah, Chrono 24.
Chrono. Friends who is in the watch game, collectors, auctions, you name it, and I know. Okay, I not know everyone on the earth. Don't get me wrong, but I know a lot of people, and they know me. So if they see something that they think I like, they call me or text me or whatever, and then I say, yeah, okay, it's a good watch or not, whatever what I say. So that's how it went. Yeah, that's how it goes most of the time.
Have you ever acquired a watch by winning a backgammon game?
If I have one,
That's a good one.
Have you ever acquired a watch by winning a game of backgammon?
no, I never gamble. Oh, actually, I did once. Certainly, yeah. I won. I won one watch with gambling. I had a bet with some of my friends, and he lost, so he had to give me a watch. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow! Was it a Rolex, Eric?
It was a Rolex. Yeah, it was a silly,
Oh, wow.
TNT Master. Yeah. But yeah.
Blimey.
These are three absolutely stunning
Absolutely
Daytonas,
amazing.
Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bravo, and God bless you for being able to collect such beautiful pieces, beautiful examples.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. It's not that he even has the models, which are amazing,
Right.
but he's got very nice specimens.
Examples. Yeah.
You've got a good eye as a
And as you
collector.
can see, the condition of my watches are really good.
I
Yeah.
was just going to say, Eric, these are in great condition. These ones, they look prime examples.
Also never serviced, by the way. So also the movement and everything inside is totally original as it is, and that's really cool.
Do you ever think about Richard Mille?
I have a few of them, and I don't like them. So if somebody likes them, raise your hand and give me your money,
So-
and I send you on the Richard Mille ugly thing.
With the large nature of your collection, I can safely assume, Eric, that you're a keeper. You are not a flipper. You do
a
not
flipper.
sell watches. You buy them.
Maybe I
You
sell
collect.
one watch a year or something like that, but
Okay.
only to friends I know that they're not gonna flip it. So if one of my friends looking for a lovely piece that they don't able to get it or something like that, and I have a few of them, I think, okay, here you have it. You know, that's, but only for friends and not by strangers. So yeah.
Abdul, take care. Enjoy
care,
your.
Abdul.
I know you have
Happy
company
Easter.
coming over. Thank you for
Thanks, my
joining us,
friend.
Abdul.
Really nice. Having a great evening. And yes, I wear them in health and proudness.
And just on another topic, with Rolex doing the releases this week, do you think they're going to do anything to the Daytona? Do you think they'll change it at all?
Seriously, okay, maybe I'm a silly guy, but if they gonna rape and Daytona with something ugly, green or something like that, I'm gonna cry like a little baby. I fly to the factory and I go do something stupid, I guess, because Daytona, don't touch it, not in the wrong way. And if you're gonna make it green and other, okay, I have a green money Daytona, but that's a nice one. But if they're gonna do something ugly with a Daytona, I don't like it.
Do you think they've made the case 41 millimeters? Or bigger?
That's also not something that I want to see. That make me really cry like a little baby. If they do that, I'm not gonna buy a Rolex anymore. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Really? Wow.
No, I cannot promise that, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
I don't think that would happen, Eric.
Right.
No, I'm too addicted to Rolexes. You know, Rolex is actually Rolex is also guilty about my addiction. So yeah.
Go ahead, Neil.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
was gonna
made
say,
every time lovely pieces, and every time I have to buy new ones. So yeah.
our lawyers wanted us to make sure that everyone understood that he did not actually mean that he was going to do harm to Rolex factories on this broadcast. It's just a joke. But let me ask you this.
Yeah, just in case people really think that I'm gonna hunt them, don't worry, that wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
But
But,
what I'm gonna do
so-
if they change Daytona, I'm really gonna cry, and that was not a joke.
So what do you have a YouTube channel? Like if you were to talk about just one of these
Actually,
watches,
I don't have. Actually, it's really silly, but I don't have a YouTube channel. And the reason why, because it's I have no time for that. Actually, I made time for this video thing on YouTube, but normally I don't have that often time. And also, I have no co-host either. So I'm ugly enough, I know that. But yeah, I need a co-host to talk about watches, and most people they are too ugly or they have no time like me. So yeah, if I'm looking for a co-host, by the way. So.
All right, so we'll move on from these
But
gorgeous.
you know what? Can I say one thing about the new Explorer that they're gonna release? Yes, I guess the new Explorer gonna be really, really hot and sexy. Seriously.
Okay.
I think that and
We'll have
sexy
to wait
because
and
the
see.
movement they're gonna make a new movement, or okay, it's not really a new movement, but they do something different. Also with the design, I guess the script, what's now orange, is gonna be green, like Rolex always do when something is happening.
Right. The
Maybe
50th anniversary, there's always green.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always green. They always
Yeah.
do something.
Well, we don't have too much longer to wait. Couple more days.
Yeah, exactly. So and also the GMT handoff, they maybe also would do that in green.
Yep. Yeah. I agree with you. That's
what we all suspect. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave. Unfortunately, we'll move on from these triplets. And we go on to another.
Yachtmaster 2.
Wow.
Diamond. Wow,
that's a GMT
Eric.
Master, by the way. Just for the people who don't know. It's also a shame watch because I hate to have it, but
it's a Yachtmaster 2, isn't it? The Yachtmaster 2 with the ceramic bezel.
Oh yeah, it's a Yachtmaster. Sorry, it's a Yachtmaster. It's not a GMT. I've also a GMT, by the way, a full diamond set thing. But this is Yachtmaster, yeah, and it's an ugly one.
The question that the punters want to know is how many pieces do you own in total? Do you know?
How much Rolex watches I own?
Yeah.
Or how many watches altogether, apart as well as the Rolex?
If you don't mind, I not want to disclose that.
Oh no, that's
okay.
fine.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Let's say if you go to the biggest Rolex store on earth, I have more watches than the Rolex store on earth.
Right.
Is that the one in Dubai?
That's a lot then, guys. So, all right. Well,
maybe
congratulations.
maybe I have 2 times what they have, and just for the record, sometimes they are a little bit lazy, and sometimes they have not that much in their store. But if the store is totally full, I guess I have 2 times more than what they have.
And how do you find the Oyster Flex bracelet, the Oyster Flex strap, Eric, compared to the other bracelets?
It's really comfy. It's only not comfy when you sweat a lot. Then it feels a little bit yucky, but yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, nice.
I prefer the normal Oyster bracelet.
Okay.
I mean, the Oyster Flex looks good and it feels good, but until you're gonna sweat like a pig, then it's not.
Sure.
Yeah, I sport with my watches too. I know it sounds silly, but it is.
No, that's cool. Again, even something like this is, it's meant to be worn. That's
exactly
that's the whole point of it.
But I have the same. I've not only the Yachtmaster, and I have also GMTs in this configuration with full diamond set and things like that. So yeah.
Wow.
I like the GMT a little bit more than the Yachtmaster, to be honest.
Than the Yachtmaster? Okay.
Yeah.
Still a stunning watch.
Knockout piece, that.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, back to your love, the Daytona.
Yeah.
So this is a ceramic Daytona, the modern day iteration of the
one I'm wearing at the moment, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, lovely.
I know.
This is quite a piece and very desirable at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Most people want it.
Do you know what reference your pre-Daytona is?
My pre-Daytona reference 6238.
Right.
Yep.
So that's one of the really early models, isn't it?
That's a really old one. Yeah, that's from the 1960 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's pre-Daytona.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
But this is not the pre-Daytona. This is the ceramic.
Yeah, this is a modern day ceramic.
Exactly.
Latest iteration. Yeah. Stunning.
Yeah.
What everyone's chasing.
Exactly.
Actually, it's not really easy to get in my. I have also the same one with them with the black dial, and it's also easy to get if you have the right connections. I know it sounds silly, but it's the fact.
All right, so we'll leave the beautiful Daytona. Wow.
Wow,
yeah,
Eric.
you see
So
here,
we've got the blue dial date just. We've got the no date sub. We've got the black dial Daytona. We've got the CHNR root beer. We've got the Explorer, and then at the front we've got the Sky Dweller.
Yep.
Oh, stunning combination you've got here, Eric. Beautiful.
I know.
Which is your favorite out of this lot? The Daytona?
Of course.
I would go with the root beer myself. That's my favorite of the bunch here.
I'd have to agree with you, Thomas. The root beer would be my favorite.
Absolutely gorgeous watch.
But
that.
the Explorer is the nicest one to wear it on the wrist. It's really nice. It's a
what do the punters in the audience think? What's their favorite watch out of this combination? We've got a blue dial date just. We've got a Submariner no date. We've got a Daytona black dial, a root beer, or we've got an Explorer, or we've got a Sky Dweller white dial.
Explorer
What's your favorite punters?
Explorer 1.
Explorer for you, Neil.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one watch that I do miss not having around anymore. It's just a great watch. You can do anything in that watch. It's so versatile.
Yep, it really is.
Ethan saying Daytona like you, Eric.
He is my best friend already.
We've got
Matt saying root beer, 100%.
Yeah. Dodger's gone for the Explorer.
Very good, very good. We have a good audience. I can hear that.
Yeah, we've got an eclectic taste in the audience. So
a really good taste. Yeah.
And again, a beautiful photograph, Eric.
Actually, it wasn't a lucky shot, to be honest.
No, very well staged.
Sometimes I'm really terrible with pictures, but in this case, it was lucky shot. Everything was right. The sun was good, the light was good, and I did also good apparently. So yeah.
Yeah, Wilson loves.
Oh, really nice. Some guy sent me in DM. Hi Eric, I love your watches. All right, thanks. That's pretty. I like him too. All right.
That's a beautiful combination, this, Eric. Lovely. I love that. I love that CHNR. That'd be my pick. Love it. Love it so much.
Yeah, they're stunning. All right, so we'll move on from this.
I think Flipping Zippo loves the date just.
He's liking the date just, and there's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a fantastic looking date just, especially with that blue dial. I love it.
Yeah, beautiful. So, what's this one, Eric? A turnograph? Is this a turnograph?
It is. It's the 1501 to precisely. It's an that's a nice one. It's a good pleasure one. It's actually. Did I bought it last year? I guess I did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I had to celebrate something. I don't know what I celebrate, but I have always a good excuse to buy and watch. So yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. This is a lovely blue dial on it, a lovely dark blue dial.
Yeah, definitely. This is a head turner. This is a really lovely watch.
Nice, interesting turnograph bezel. That's really nice.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, we'll move on. Wow,
Boom.
Yachtmaster in gold. Beautiful.
He was not that good in shape, by the way, but yeah, I had to buy it just because
Which-
I like Yacht Master.
Which do you prefer, the gold Submariner, the gold Yachtmaster, or any of the gold watches you've got? Which do you prefer out of your gold watches?
I guess I'm not allowed to say Daytona, right?
Of course, you can say Daytona.
Well,
All right. Then Daytona, then Sub, and then I guess. Okay, in this case, then I say Yacht Master.
So gold Daytona first.
Absolutely, always money green Daytona, sexy.
Yeah, wow,
Yeah,
that's a
wow.
real power watch, power statement.
But this is also
Yeah.
a really nice one. If I wear this on the street, everyone look at my wrist and ask, "What is that?" And that's a watch. Yeah, but what kind? And then hours later, then I can finally do what I have to do: buy another watch.
Right.
Yeah, but
ID guys loving the Onyx style. Yeah, it's striking.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
gorgeous, and that bezel just sparkles, doesn't it? That metal bezel, that gold bezel, just stands out a mile away.
it looks really good, especially on bright days. It looks so amazing. Yeah.
What Flippin' Zippo's asking? What are the indices?
Are they gold?
Sorry?
Are they gold indices?
Markers?
I can't hear you.
The indices, the markers, Eric, the gold, the hour markers.
Yeah,
are they
that's
gold?
also one. Yeah, they are gold too. Yeah,
Wow,
everything is gold, eh?
wow.
Do you have a rainbow Daytona?
Actually, I have, and I'm not joking. I have all the three of them: the rose gold,
Wow,
the
Wow.
white gold, and of course the yellow gold. Yeah, the
Eric.
silly ones I have.
Do you
I'm
have the Tiger?
sorry. I've also the Panther Daytona.
Wow.
Or the leopard Daytona. I don't know. Leopard Panther.
Blimey,
Whatever.
Eric.
Yeah.
So, Eric, how much has your collection changed over the years? Have you sold much to buy other watches, or do you just keep the watches and carry on buying?
I'm almost. I'm not sell watches. I don't like to sell watches. So maybe I sell one watch a year, but only if I have them double or something like that. But I like to collect watches. That's what I do.
So the collection just keeps growing. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You don't sell watches to buy other watches.
Yeah, I just buy watches because I like them, and I don't want to sell them because I love them too much.
Wow.
Right, some guy was asking something, but I didn't read his comment. Can you
He was just
look at
saying
that?
that you know that you're fortunate to have such a beautiful Rolex collection and wear them in good health.
Thanks, my friend. Love you too. Really appreciate your nice words. Thanks.
Yeah,
But you know
that was
what?
B-Dev.
But you know what? It's nice to have all the watches, but he's right. Wear them in health. That's really important. You can,
Especially
be
these
really,
days, yes.
especially in these days. You know, if I'm not healthy or whatever, then I cannot enjoy my passion, my love, my fetish, also known as my Rolex watches. You know, so yeah, wear them in health is really important. Also for me.
Do you have hobbies other than watches?
Actually, I do. I do mixed martial arts.
Okay.
So self-defense sports, judo, karate, taekwondo, aikido, and kung fu. That's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah, I do that since I am. How long do I do it already? I am more than 30 years, at least 30 years. So
Wow.
I'm really experienced in doing that sport. But watches is, yeah, like I said, watches is something that I really love. I really like. And it's also, like I said, my fetish, or that's how you introduce me. Yeah. Yeah, watches.
Blimey.
I prefer to do 24/7 watches than things like that. Seriously,
Mhm.
sometimes I do anyway.
So, should we skip on to the next one?
Let
do.
us move on, Thomas. You are correct. Wow, what a
Yeah.
dial!
So,
Wow.
Is this lapis lazuli dial? This one,
No,
Eric?
it's also Sodalite, I guess, or is it? Oh no, that's the other one. Sorry, I sent so much pictures. I didn't know what I. Yeah, there's also a unique dial because it's also unique because there's no two of the same dial, so that's really nice.
So this is a sodalite dial as well. You say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Stunning.
Yeah, and just to put a cap on that, Sanjay agrees. Wow.
So this is back to your love of Daytonas again. This is another Daytona of yours in the collection. Stunning.
Yeah, it's Daytona number. I don't know how many I have. I never count them. But yeah, it's nice.
That's a stunning dial. It's absolutely stunning dial.
I know.
You must have had to count them at some point for the insurance, Eric.
I
I've
guess
never even
insurance
seen this
know how
style
many
before.
I have because I have a big insurance. So yeah.
I've never even seen this style before. I mean, just seeing it here is like so cool.
ID Guy is asking you a question, Eric. He wants to know: do you have other pieces in your collection, like a vintage CK2998?
That's the Omega Speedmaster, the original.
Yeah,
I
know what he's mean. Yes, actually, I have Speedmasters in my collection as well.
Nice. ID Guy's a big Omega fan.
Nice.
So.
I like them too, but only the vintage one. The new Speedmasters, I like them because the design is cool and funny. But the old version one, the vintage one, that's what I like about Omega, not the new ones, to be honest.
All right.
So Eric, let me ask you a question. If somebody were to foolishly enter your home uninvited, and then you use your martial arts skills and you've defeated him, and he's on the floor and you're on top of him, and you look at the time, what watch would you want to be wearing?
That's a good question. I want to wear my Rainbow Daytona at that moment.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Good answer, Eric. Good answer.
Good answer, Eric. Great answer.
Or my other one of the ugliest watches, the Leopard or the fully diamond set factory set Rolex thing. Yeah, I prefer to wear one of my ugliest watches at that moment. Let's say that. Yeah.
No, you've just won the battle. You want something like the Rainbow Daytona to celebrate with. It's your trophy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's after this Sodalite dial? We've got another, I believe, Daytona. Is that another soda dial?
No, it's not a Sodalite dial. It's Grossulaire dial. This one.
Right.
This is something I've never seen before.
Never seen this.
This is actually
before.
a really, really rare, special one. It's also like the Sodalite, really unique. It's really nice. I love him. Actually, I not wear that often, by the way, because I'm afraid to bump him up or something like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you on this one,
Really
Eric.
hard to get, but sometimes I wear them. Yeah.
So it's a 30 dial with diamonds on the indices. Is it gold as well? White gold?
This is white gold, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Stunning.
Yeah, just I've never seen anything like this before. So
me neither. No.
Sodalite was also on white gold, eh?
The Sodalite was white gold as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you considered hiring a professional photographer to photograph your collection? And
actually, no, because I don't like to show off. To be honest, it feels really weird to do it now because I like to talk about my watches, but I don't want to show off. You know what I mean?
Well, but
I do know what you mean.
But from a historical perspective, there's that
actually,
there are artifacts.
There are many friends of mine who works in the watch industry. As photographer and things like that, so they are allowed sometimes to make pictures of one of my watches and write an article about it. But as long as they're not mentioning my name, I'm totally fine with what they do. So
yeah. I'm not suggesting that you do it to show off, but just to having preserving these for just history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a ridiculous. It's a very legitimate. Thing to maybe want to do just for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
But
like
I know what
some of my friends do that. They write articles about watches that I have, and they come to me and make pictures, and They're right.
Well,
Yeah, like Paul M is
Paul
saying.
M says, make a book. Yeah.
Yeah, make a
I'm
book.
the worst writer on earth, trust me. So if I'm gonna write a book, it's
You
gonna
don't
be I
need to
love
write.
Rolex, I
You
love
don't need to
Rolex,
write
I
a book,
love
Eric.
Rolex.
Just photographs. Just
Yeah,
photographs.
just make it a coffee table book and just
Oh, yeah, that's
photographs
also
of your
some good
collection.
idea. Yeah, I can do that. Maybe I will do that. It's a good idea, actually.
Because I mean, people would buy a book like that. You know,
Yeah, I would.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
And there's some
Yeah,
very
seriously.
Okay, cool.
Seriously,
Yeah,
Eric,
maybe you
honestly.
know what? Maybe I can do that. I mean, yeah.
you know, there's some very high-end book publishers in Europe that, you know, they would take amazing photographs, they would print it on amazing paper.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never think about that, actually, to be honest. So you have a good idea. Yeah, I like it.
And
Okay,
Wilson's got a good question here.
Okay.
Eric, do you seek out specific references or just casually come across and collect?
Actually, I don't give about reference. It's fun to know it because it's in technical detail, but reference, it says nothing about the watch itself, to be honest. It says the number of the watch and where and when it is made, but not how the watch look like, not in which condition it is and things like that. So I'm looking for watches that I like. It has to be at least in a really good condition, especially the finished one. I mean, I don't care about scratches and things like that, but it has to be in a good condition. So that's why I look to. I look how the dial looks like. I look how the hands look like. I even open the back so that I can see the movement, if it is a total original one or is a replaced parts in it. That's really important. That's why I look to the watch, not the reference. The reference is just a number for me.
Stunning, Eric, amazing. So we'll go from one Daytona to another. To what's next?
Oh yeah,
A watch that you're familiar with there,
yes.
Mr. Burnett.
Now we're talking, but this is a flat 4, isn't it, Eric? This is a
Exactly.
flat 4, Kermit.
yeah.
I don't have a flat 4 like you, so mine's not as valuable as yours. So
I
yeah,
babysit this one,
beautiful
actually.
watch. This stunning.
Yeah, it's from 2003, and the flat 4 is made 1 year. Because Rolex, actually, it was an accident what Rolex did. It was not on purpose they made the flat 4. It was not something that they really liked to make for some reason. I don't know why, but I like it. But so that's why the flat 4 has a really short produce time, just 1 year and 2 months to precisely. So yeah, when I saw the flat 4, I had to buy it because I knew this is something that is not something that Rolex made a really long time. So yeah.
It's
It's a gorgeous example of a gorgeous watch. I'm not a big green guy, but this watch is just it's spectacular.
Yeah, like 73 Math says, it's in mint condition. It's stunning, absolutely stunning, Eric.
Yeah.
Yes, gorgeous.
Actually, I
really
never worn
gorgeous.
it. Okay, maybe a few times, but yeah, I keep it clean as possible. This one.
Beautiful, Eric. Really is stunning.
Yeah, as I keep telling you, Thomas, if you even think about selling yours, I'm gonna come across the ocean and slap you silly because that watch is just gonna keep continuing to go up and up and up and up and up, and you need to hold on to it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right, so we'll leave the lovely Kermit.
Okay.
And wow,
this is one of ID Guy's favorites. This is a 1016. Beautiful watch. We've got a few bit of the loom missing on this minute hand.
Yeah, this is a really old one. Actually, it's from which year is it? Somewhere in the 60s, I guess. Early 60s, something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first, actually.
ID's guy actually has a good question here for you, Eric.
Yeah, you can say.
Oh, sure, I can read it for you. He said, "I'd love to know how you'd loop watches, etc., Eric, when selecting them. Vintage is such a minefield. Do you have any tips for us when looking for errors, etc.?"
Wait, I have to grab the thing. Here you are. Okay. All right. First thing you need is this little tool. It's a really handy tool. It's a really cheap tool actually. Oh, where's the lens, by the way? You have to. I'm silly as hell with cameras.
Yep, I got a similar one.
Yeah,
very
So
handy
Luke-
tool to
Luke-
have.
Why do you
Luke
need
Line.
this one? Because then you can see closely all the small details. That's really needed. What you also need is to know what you're looking for. So you have to check the loom. You have to check the hand, you have to check the dial.
Up, we lost you there. We lost your
You
sound.
dropped out, Eric. Your sound went.
All right. I'm
Yep,
here.
you're back. You're back.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry for my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is killing me sometimes. Right. You have to check the loom, the hands, the dial. You have also to check the print, or better say the script on the dial. You have also checked the crown guard, if all one has a crown guard. In this case, not.
Right.
What you also have to do is checking the end links of the watch. That says a lot about how the watch is worn. Is the owner, is the end links a little bit loose or something like that? Then you have to think about why it's loose, because if it's worn, is the bracelet replaced or whatever. If you are able to open the back, you have to check every single detail. It's really important. So yeah, you have to know what you're looking for.
Right.
If something is weird, it looks off or whatever, go to the.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have millions watches checked. Trust me, I can dream about every single stupid detail of a watch. So I know how to look. I see it in just a few seconds. This is cool and this is not good. Yeah.
I'm sure you have to be, because as all of us know, that vintage can be a dangerous and
It's a
costly
really,
minefield.
really, vintage is a really crazy, dirty world. Seriously, it is.
Yeah.
Even more dirtier than the new watches. That's
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Doc BBC is asking you a good question. Is it possible for you to have a favorite watch?
Oh, yes, actually, I have few favorites. The 5512 is one of my favorites. The 1016 is my favorite. Actually, also a few GMTs. I like them too. The Coke, the Pepsi, and the Batman.
Okay.
Let me think. What's also? Oh yeah, the new Explorer one. The reference of that is 214270, and then the
Yes,
Mark
21470. Yeah,
that's
I had a
also
Mark
one,
One dial.
I have a Mark II dial.
Nice.
I have both
Nice.
actually, but okay. That's also a really nice one. I love Datejust also, and of course Daytonas, but you already knew that.
So you haven't got one favorite watch. You've got about 10 or 15 favorite watches.
Yeah, it depends what day and what mood I am.
It's hard with a collection your size, isn't it, Eric?
It is,
it's
yeah.
not that hard. I mean, okay, the all-time favorite is yeah. For now, I don't know. Let me grab one of my watches blindly. Then that's my favorite one for today. Okay, wait.
Yep.
What would
Yep.
you say your all-time favorite would be?
Let me check which one I have to grab. Okay, I grab just a
The
4.
5512 or the 1016? Which would be?
No, this one is also a nice one. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah. Where is the other one? Oh, there you are. So yeah, you see, I doing a little bit rough with my watches. I know. I throw them in the bin and not in the bin, in the thing.
Well,
All
let's
Let's
shall we
move on
move on
move
from
on
the
to
this lovely
Explorer.
1016?
Yeah, beautiful 1016. This. I think we've got another one coming up.
We
Hey,
do
guys.
indeed.
Even better
yeah, that
condition.
one.
This is in really good condition. This one. Do you know what year this one's from, Eric?
My Wi-Fi dead again. Hello?
Yep, we hear you.
Okay.
Do you know what year this one's from? This 1016.
Yeah, good question. That's from 72, I guess. I'm not sure.
Right.
Wow.
For example, though, this is something really nice.
Yeah,
Really, really
Thomas, you're starting to get a little pixelated there, my
nice. Oh,
friend.
sorry. Can you hear me
No
now?
worries.
Yeah, just a stunning example. Really, really, really nice.
Yeah, this is
now
an
you are back.
absolutely
Yeah,
gorgeous
finally.
example.
Sorry, I was lost you.
That's okay. We were just saying that this is a stunning example of a 1016.
I know. It's a really nice one.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move along from this really beautiful example. Great condition. My favorite watch of all time.
Oh,
The
yes.
1655. This is my ultimate watch. I would love to
Oh.
have one in my collection. I probably never will, but wow, what a watch.
This is what we're celebrating the anniversary of, isn't it? This
That's
is
correct.
The main one, the 1655. Oh, Eric, beautiful example. Stunning.
I know. Yeah. It is in mint condition, so.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, you took our breath away with this one, Eric. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a watch.
Yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely.
Oh, you're
Stunning.
welcome.
Hey guys, I got to jump off, but Eric, we are honored that you allowed us to showcase your collection. I mean, this is just unbelievable, mind-blowing. I would urge you to think about, making a book, just pictures, and sharing this with the world. This is incredible.
Thanks. I get always shy when I get that a lot of compliments. I don't know how to handle that, but thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, normally I'm an asshole, so.
Okay.
All right, take care,
Yeah.
my friend. Be well,
Happy
Neo.
Neo.
Thanks
Take
to
care,
everyone in the
happy
chat. As always, see you next week.
All right,
Okay.
take care.
Take care.
Take care, my friend.
All right. So, I mean, what else can we say about this?
Oh,
It's a
about
great
stunning
looking watch.
watch.
I know that.
I could stare at
When
this one
when
all
were you
day,
able
Eric.
to? When were you able to acquire this one? Do you remember?
No, I don't actually. Silly.
Okay. It's just absolutely amazing.
Orbin Colossus is disappointed it's not scratched at all, this one. It's in mint condition.
Yeah.
It's not
Really?
mint. It's almost mint. Almost mint. There are a few little scratches on the bracelet, but the rest is nice. Yeah.
Beautiful, that patina. Oh,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Hey, Rajiv, welcome, my friend, and thank you very much.
Thanks, my
Happy
friend. Thanks.
Rajiv. Yeah, good to see you.
Oh, it's always good to see you, Rajiv. Okay, as much as I could leave the 1655 on the screen the entire rest of the show, we'll move on
Oh yeah.
to
of
another
course, you did
beautiful
Daytona.
Daytona.
Yeah, I did Daytona. The inverted 6, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pretty nice one. One of my most scratched Daytonas, by the way.
Okay, that means it's well loved.
Yeah, okay. It depends what you mean with well loved, but that's another thing.
Or well worn
No.
and enjoyed, shall we say? It's been
There you
enjoyed
go.
and been
I enjoyed
enjoyed.
it a
And
lot.
this
A
is
little bit
this is
too
back
much,
to
yeah.
this is back
Sorry?
to two-tone again. So this is back to two-tone. You'll
It's a
love a
two-tone,
two-tone,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
It's a
it's a
two-tone,
really
yeah.
nice one. And what's the dial then?
connection
Is
is
it
bad.
got gold? Has it got gold dial, Eric? Has it got
has a gold-
champagne
It's a
champagne dial?
gold dial, yes.
Nice.
The
Very,
inverted
very
6 to precisely is really nice. I know.
Awesome.
Stunning.
Okay.
Sometimes, or my connection is bad, or yours. I don't know, but sometimes it has a really big delay for some reason.
Yeah, it's it happens. Well, we're getting towards the end here, so wow.
Oh yeah, talking
Now,
about root beer.
These
this
are my
is how
these are my favorites. This one on the right is the original root beer, isn't it, Eric?
it is.
These
That's
are
what I was
these are
trying to
two of the
say.
original root beers. The one on the right
Yeah.
has got the original dial, and the one on the left has the replacement service style, hasn't it?
It's not service yet. Only
Wow.
the only what is replaced is the bracelet. That's still the
Oh,
original
really?
state. Yeah.
So they're both the original root beers. Tell us about these.
Yeah, the left the left is also that original. It wasn't root beer, but it's the dial is fade totally away with the color. So sometimes it gets weird colors. But the right one, that's what the original root beer looks like. So yeah, that was really hard to get watch, by the way.
I can imagine.
That was so not nice. I mean,
It's amazing. The
Yeah.
one on the right, I'm in love with. I'm in absolute love with one on the right. That dial is
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning, Eric.
Really great pair there.
And what about the Milgauss? You have a Milgauss in the collection? One of the old
yes, I have
fashioned
also
Milgausses?
Milgauss in my collection. Yes, I have.
The original
I have also the
Milgauss?
Milgauss with the honeycomb dial.
Beautiful.
So
Wow.
they are really hard to get, by the way. But
I'm
if you have
sure.
them, you can better be proud on it, because it takes a lot of time to get one in a good condition, because that's the most important. You know, it's really easy to get every kind of watch in a poor, bad shape condition. But if you're looking for a really good one, you better watch out. You better check and take time. And
Okay. All right. So we'll move on from those to another Submariner.
oh yeah,
Good everyday watch.
no, it's not my everyday watch. It's one of the many watches that I just wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice no date sub.
It's one of the sexiest, by the way. No dates.
Yep. It's
We got
perfectly
James Connell asking Eric, do you wear more than one watch at a time because you love your Rolex so much? Do you ever wear one on each
Actually,
wrist?
I'm wearing two watches at the same time at the moment. By the way, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Share the love.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we got the rancher. Welcome. Happy Easter, my friend.
Hey,
Happy
guys, how
Easter.
goes it?
Great to see
I'm
you.
going?
fine. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for joining us.
Happy Easter. Actually, went over to Big Sis and got to take Hannah, even the drama mama, just her husband, and showed up and joined us. It was a nice little taste of normal.
Excellent. I'm glad you could enjoy a nice Easter with your family. We're just
gorgeous vintage root beers. Five.
Vintage Ripper, let's show us.
okay. Well,
Oh,
we'll go
okay.
back just for you, because this one, this pair is amazing.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Those are wow. Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the replay and see some of the pieces in his collection. Absolutely outstanding. But we were just fawning all over these for the last 5 minutes or so. Thomas and I are in love with the one on the right in particular.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Stunning.
I'll take either one.
Oh.
I'm not in.
me too. Yeah. So we'll move on from that sub that we've just seen.
Yep.
And what else have we got? Is this a blueberry then,
Fuchsia.
Eric?
Yeah.
This is a blueberry, yeah?
That was an easy get one, actually. It was really easy. I just called one of my friends. I need that one. Okay, I have it. Great, come to me. It was fixed in 10 minutes, really. Lucky as I am.
Naked Loom. God help me, I love Naked Loom.
Yeah. It's just an amazing looking watch.
No golds around anything.
Yeah. Paul, thanks, my friend. I really appreciate your comment. Amazing collection. Thanks.
Yeah, it's one is better than the next one. That's what is so
Just
intriguing.
gorgeous. I love that.
Oh yeah, the spider dial. Yeah.
What's the spider dial?
Spider dial. Wow.
Sea Dweller.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of these, Eric.
No,
this is
me neither.
amazing.
Actually, it was lucky because I also never saw a Sea Dweller with a spider dial. Subs and GMTs, yes, but never a Sea Dweller. But I saw this one, and yeah, I got curious. Why is it not? Yeah, why nobody buys it? That was the only question that I would like to know. So I went to the store and I asked, why don't people buy it? What's wrong with it? Nothing, but people don't get it. Okay. Can I see the inside? Yes, of course you can. So I checked the inside. It was totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. So I just bought it.
Wow.
And what's nice about patina on vintage pieces like this is it's almost a piece. Maybe it's the reason some people don't like it. It's almost a piece unique.
It is,
because no other, when it comes to patina like that, no two watches patina in the same way.
Absolutely correct.
That's correct, and that's why people don't get it. Maybe, but I get it. I like it, so I bought it.
Yeah, it's unique. It's absolutely.
I never see other seat dweller in this condition that good. So
and it's educated me as well. It's educated me as well, Eric, because I didn't know these existed. These dials, these spider dials.
Sorry.
I didn't know these spider dials existed. You've educated me.
Yeah, as me as well.
Actually,
I had no idea they existed
you see
either.
the spider dials really often on vintage Explorers, also on vintage Sub, and also sometimes on GM2s, and really sometimes, if you're really lucky, on a seat dweller.
Yeah. People are more familiar with like chocolate dials.
Correct.
Yeah, chocolate dial is also really nice. What also nice is the creamy dials and the patrician dials.
Yeah, Sanjay, I agree with you that there's something about it that's really beautiful. The spider dial, it's so different.
Fascinating, yeah. So what comes after the spider?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
the Hulk.
ordinary Hulk.
The Hulk.
That has a good story behind it because it's. I don't like Hulk. I also don't like the Smurf. I hate them both, but I had them, so I had to buy it just because. Yeah, if you not have a Hulk in your collection, you're not a real collector. That's how I think about it. So yeah.
Well, here's the funny part.
Yeah.
The funny part is after the last 2 or 3 pieces that I've seen since I came on, the Hulk is almost a letdown. That's how good.
I think you're right, Rancher. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably one of the hottest watches right now, but and sought after. But it's kind of mundane compared to what we've seen before.
Yeah, I know. But most people want to see the Hulk, so that's why I sent you that picture too.
Yeah, it is a bit of a letdown. You're right. After what we've seen so far.
Yeah, but most people, if I didn't send you that picture, I know what's gonna happen in the chat. Yeah, there's no Hulk. You know that's.
Well, we've got some treats for Doc BBC coming up, haven't we?
Or why don't you wear that one? I haven't seen you wear that one. It's just like I'm sorry, were we fucking dating?
Yeah, I date every day. Every day with one of my watches. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so
that is such a big difference because here's why. And you could say that Rolex they've really upped their game when it comes to production, design, and so forth and so on. But that is not going to patina. It's not going to patina anywhere like those older watches are.
No, it's not. It's not.
It'll look older,
right?
Yeah.
But it's not in 20 years, you won't be able to tell this one apart from any other Rolex Hulk the same age, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As opposed to true vintage with true patina.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Another very nicely staged photo, Eric.
Great, yeah, it's a great shot, Eric.
Yeah, you got a good talent for that. And moving on from the Hulk.
So tell us about these. Eric, this from the Paul Newmans.
This is also a Paul Newman, yes. What can I tell about? It's just one of the many watches I have. It's a nice one.
It's in beautiful condition again.
Yeah, it's a lovely one. It's a sexy one. So I like it. So then I buy it.
Oh, beautiful. It really looks brand new. Almost
Actually,
brand new.
no, it's not that new. It's really old, to be honest. But it's
It's in
almost
such
mint.
good condition, though.
It's a
Yeah.
mint condition, or maybe almost mint because there are little scratches on the bracelet. But yeah,
Wow. Lovely example. And just wow. That's all I can say is wow. So we'll move on from this Daytona. We got a couple more.
Oh, Eric.
Another
Wow.
icon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So does this one date before the one we've just seen, or is it come after the one we've just seen, Eric?
sorry.
The date.
Is this one older than the one we just saw?
Oh yes, absolutely. Much older. Okay, yeah, it's really it's older.
Wow. That's
But
just
nice,
really nice.
What sort of date would this get? Was this the 1950s or 1960s or
Around 1960s.
right?
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
And
But-
mint condition as well.
Actually, but you know what I like about this one?
What's that?
Contrast.
There we go. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Giz is a big fan. It's a lovely watch. I mean, what else can you say? A lovely watch in beautiful condition. And Rajiv he's loving it as well.
Sorry for your eye spreads. I have to show. I apologize for my bad.
It's a good kind of pain. It's a good kind of pain.
It is, yeah.
Don't
So,
get jealous.
but here's the other thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how many times I heard, oh, 36 is too small. 36 is too small.
It's not
36.
36, it's 37, by the way. Just a little detail.
Okay.
37 millimeter. It's not 36. You're wrong.
And here we go. We were waiting for you and hoping that Doc, you were going to be here for this part of the show because I know this is Doc BBC's wheelhouse and his primary love. He's saying 4-digit exotic dial Daytona will always be my grail, and he loves it.
Thanks, my friend. I really appreciate your lovely comments. Thanks.
Yeah, they're stunning. And we've got one more Daytona coming up, I believe.
Okay.
I believe you're
What?
correct.
What?
The Paul
Oh.
New. This is
No,
the
it's not. It's
John Player special. Yeah.
14 karat gold.
Wow.
I like to explain something about that because you have two versions of it. You have the 14 karat gold and you have the 18 karat gold. The 18 karat gold is expensive enough, but not that rare. Okay, it's rare enough, but not that rare as the 14 karat gold. The 14 karat gold is made for American people because American likes 14 karat. I don't know why, but I do it. And Europe and other people around the world like 18 karat gold. So there are two versions, and this is the 14 karat gold.
Okay.
Yeah,
Forbin,
Not better than the 18 karat gold Joe Play special, but okay.
Forbin Colossus has a question for you, Eric. He's like, Eric has a talent for buying vintage in amazing condition. What's the worst condition Rolex you ever bought?
A broken one, actually. Yeah. Actually, he was a little bit broke. The watch. Actually, the bracelet it was only broke. Not the movement and the rest was totally fine. But
Do you remember what model it was?
Yeah, it was a sub.
A sub?
Yeah, it was a mil sub. That was a 5517. It's a mil sub, and it has a NATO strap on it. Original, but the guy had changed that for actually new oyster bracelet. But the bracelet was broke. I don't know what he did with that. I mean, they are really strong. So to break that is really something. I was wondering how he did that. So yeah, that was the worst thing I ever bought. The watch shell was totally fine. Only the strap not.
And Eric, Wilson's got another question. Do you concern yourself with box and papers, or is that unnecessary? Are you not bothered with that? when
know
you
what?
buy a watch?
Box, I don't really care about that. I mean, the box is fine if you have it, but I don't give a damn about it. What I do care is papers. I prefer papers over box because paper says a lot about the watch, especially the history. That's what I like. It's not about the numbers or the things that's on. It's just the history of paper I like.
Oh.
So if I, for example, if I buy a new watch, I don't care about that papers because the papers are always the same, ugly as hell. But the vintage papers are handwritten things, and
Yeah.
that's what I like. But personally, I don't mind not to have it.
Sure, it's got the history.
It's
It's got the
an extra
history.
thing.
Yeah.
It's an extra thing, and that's fun. But it's not a reason not to buy a watch. Let's say that.
Doc BBC is saying he guessed that the 14 karat gold is not as soft as 18 karat gold, so
That's
Americans
correct.
prefer the usability.
This is a little bit harder than the 18 karat gold, yeah, because the 18 is softer. Yeah.
Wow, just another amazing.
If you like, because now we just chit-chatting about a little bit of my collection, just a small thing about my collection. But if you like to talk in other episodes about the technical details of different kind of watches, you can always rent me as a host or something like that, because I know a little bit about watches. I not say I'm an expert, because an expert never learn new things, and I every day learn new things about watches. So, but I know a lot about vintage. Yeah.
Well, it's been fascinating to have you on, Eric. It's been amazing, and what a great Easter treat it is. We opened up our Easter eggs, and we got you as a present inside, and
Yeah.
it was
And
amazing.
please, guys, can I say something to the audience? I really appreciate your comments. I really like it, and don't babysit your watches. I mean, they are not kids. They are not children. They are not your grandmother. They are not your mom or dad or whatever. It's a tool. So please do a big favor. Use that watch. Wear it with proud on your wrist. No matter what kind of watch you have, wear it. Just have fun with it. That's really important, because every little scratch on your bracelet, every little thing that you did with your watch is a remember of it. That's cool. So wear it with proud.
Good
And kiss it.
advice.
And
Good advice.
gave your watch sometimes a kiss, because they deserve it.
All right, and on that note, thank you, Eric, for sharing your amazing collection with us. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think everyone's right. You need to bring out a book at some point, Eric.
Agreed.
You need to bring out a coffee table
I
book.
will think about it.
Agreed.
And if you can put a comment, we can post your Instagram. You can post a comment at the end.
Actually,
you
I
can
don't
put your
use
put your
Instagram for my
Instagram
watch.
handle.
Actually, I don't use my Instagram for my watches. I use Instagram to show something about a little bit about my private life. It's really
Well,
boring.
if you want to leave any links to any
by the
social
way, if
media
you
or
want-
any.
Good question. Good thing. If I can advertise my forum just a little bit on your stream, I would love
Sure.
to do that. I have a Facebook group. It has more than 5K members. Yeah, I have to look just a second. It's called Dutch Rolex Forum. It's on Facebook. Go to there and say that you come from this stadium thing. So Dutch Rolex Forum on Facebook. Like I said, it has more than 5K members. It's the biggest forum on the Rolex forum in the Netherlands. So it's really cool. So yeah, if you like to talk about watches, Rolex, yeah, you can ask me anything there.
Awesome. Thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate it, Eric.
No,
It was an
Please-
honor to be on your show, because I don't like to show off, but in this case I said yes. And do you know why? Because I like you guys. I really do. I also like the audience, and this is a really good show for everyone. You can learn something about it. We have fun, and that's in my opinion, and I'm not joking. You are a really good example of how a watch show should look like. Really passionate, really nice. So that's why I said yes to your show.
well,
To
we
show
thank
a little
you,
bit of my collection.
Thank you,
just
Eric.
just a little bit. Yeah,
and we appreciate it. We really do. Happy Easter, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you again to Eric for sharing a little bit of his collection with us, and enjoy the rest of your day or night, depending on where on the planet you guys are. And we will see you next week, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. We're going to have Bobby Legs from the Bobby Legs Loves Watches channel on, and he'll be sharing his collection. So I hope we see you all there. Take care.
Also, if you're also Islamic, happy Ramadan. If you're really into Shana Na, happy Ramalama Ding Dong.
And on that note, we will say good night, everybody. Take care.
Take care. See you next week.